Hello, everyone. This is another episode, second episode, Just Turn Heel. We have the Baker Boys. Introduce yourself.
I am Kodiak Baker.
I am Big Rig.
I am Papa Baker.
Yeah, that's the best. A real family. Not like some of those kayfabe ones. So, introduce yourself, do whatever, and we'll start asking questions afterwards.
Baker Boys are a heavyweight tag team out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. You see us all over, up and down the state, living the dream.
Outstanding.
Yep.
One of the biggest questions we asked, what got you into the wrestling business, other than being big people?
It's been a dream of ours since for as long as we can remember. You know, we grew up, we were watching the Hardy Boys. That was our thing, and
that's his.
Yep. And the more we got into wrestling, you know, the more we realized, you know, the Von Erichs, the Steiners, you know, a lot of blood families just chasing the dream and living the dream. And we thought when we were kids, like, oh, maybe we could do that, like just whatever. And then opportunity presented itself, and screw it, we took a chance.
Yeah.
So far, I think it's working out pretty well so far.
Yeah, pretty hot.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
You covered two questions with that, but that's amazing. When I can say who influenced you. But.
One of the first things I remember with these guys when they were little kids, well, they were never little kids, but when they were kids.
When we were young.
Yeah, I was watching wrestling on TV, and just sitting in the living room, and Ric Flair was on TV. And I'm watching him, and all of a sudden, kind of over my shoulder, I turn and look, and he's, this tall, standing in the doorway with his mouth open, like, he's like, Dad, what is that? I'm like, that's Ric Flair. And it kind of took off from there, and that's honest God truth. Next thing you know, they're breaking couches because they're body slamming each other, and their mom is yelling in the background, and they were 7 and 5, and the Baker Boys. That's kind of like, when I think about it, that's when the Baker Boys started.
Yeah.
And they were just little kids. So
that's amazing. You know, like knowing early on what you wanted to do and proceeding, accomplishing. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's lucky that they're 6'5", big boys, strong boys.
I'm 7'2".
Yes.
You can't tell that.
You tell the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're standing and I'm standing. Yes.
Just wait till we actually stand up, and then
we'll see for
he's
sure.
In the foreground. We'll see for sure.
The shot.
But they've
technology. No.
a common misnomer is that anybody can do this, and that's not a fact. The guys you see in the ring have busted their tails, and they've worked hard, and they continue to work hard. Any wrestler that tells you I don't practice anymore is a guy that shouldn't be wrestling. You do stuff to continue to be good and relevant and safe and things like that. And we've learned as we've traveled all over the Midwest now that that's not always the case. And but yeah, it's good, work hard to be that way. So
As mentioned, influences, and you said the Von Erichs and stuff. What part? Why did they influence you, other than family? You know,
Well, John Cena was the first big one for the both of us. And
Yeah.
just the showmanship and, the
Charisma.
the charisma
Yeah.
going into like everything about it. It's like when he stepped in the ring, he took everyone's attention. Just the way he presented himself, the way he spoke to the crowd, like loud, but he enunciated. He was well spoken, and it's like you wanted to hear what this guy had to say. I believed he was gonna kill Randy Orton. No Mercy 2007. Even Kane and Undertaker were a big influence. They were, they're brothers.
the kayfabe
The,
brother.
the brothers.
Yeah.
Just guys like that, where it's just bigger than life. When they went to the ring, you believed that they were 7 feet tall and they were ready to fight anyone and everyone.
and for me, it was I'm obviously older, so for me it was Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and those characters, and you look back at some of that stuff now and you're like, but it was the character that made it great. And there's such great ones, and even now you see guys that are great wrestlers, but there's not a lot of pop or a lot of follow. It's what you're doing in the ring and interacting with the crowd, and there's some greats out there for sure.
And that's one of the things I asked, what's more important, the ability or character, the persona, charisma? And like a lot of people want to say 50, I think it's charisma, but who am I to judge it?
It's almost 50-50.
We talk about this a lot,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
and we disagree on it. So
Yeah.
it's always a good conversation. I think you look at some of the best wrestlers, what we call the best wrestlers in history. And if you actually look at them wrestling, they're not necessarily great wrestlers.
Oh, man, like Hogan.
Hogan,
Not good in the ring.
Stone Cold
Stone
Steve
Cold,
Austin, The
John
Rock.
Cena.
Yeah.
If you look at their in-ring ability, they don't do anything great. They do the same 3 or 4 things.
Yep.
But boy, their interaction, you're hanging on a thread and stuff like that. So I will say character and charisma is more important.
Yeah, they got their character over pretty well,
Yeah.
and that's what
Yeah,
got
I think that's
everybody
very
invested.
important.
Yeah. And you'll even see sometimes you see them make mistakes or they do the wrong thing, but their character gets them over it and through it. So wrestling is an amazing combination of, I call it full contact.
Where even are we? What pulled-up count are we in? No idea. New tag team champions, baby!
And if you can sell who you are, that sometimes can cover up whatever some inabilities you might have. But
Like a long time ago, they used to say it's a soap opera for men.
yeah.
Like you can't say that now because
Right.
Well,
you
not
don't want to
everybody-
get in trouble with anyone.
Well, everybody's getting into it now. It's not just for guys; it's
Yeah.
for kids and women too.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and that's the pretty cool part is we're the Baker boys, but there's Mama Baker, the Baker sisters, and and no joke, the almost thousands of Baker boy fans now that everybody's into it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wrestling is in a pretty cool space right
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Again, I always start out. People might think this is a controversial question. I don't think it is. No. What do you think the indies mean to you? Because I think it's really important, and I think people have taken advantage. Because a long time ago, someone went there. But I think indies are more important now than ever. Because a long time ago, you had to sneak. I think there's more accessibility now and stuff like. So, what do you think the indies mean?
Well, I think it's. I mean, obviously, it's a very big deal, but it just gives everybody a chance to go to a wrestling show because a lot of people don't get a chance to go to a WWE, AEW show. So the fact that they have shows that are local, something that they can access pretty easily, I think is a big
deal.
Big beneficial draw.
Kind of going off of what you were saying. There's like a variety of different indie. Like if you watch WWE or AEW or whatever, and you're like, hey, I like the hardcore stuff. There's 300 independent hardcore fans you can go to. If you like, I like the high flying technicality, Canadian style wrestling. there's 300 of those in the Midwest. Like I want guys with great character, great promo skills. You can look almost anyone up on YouTube, and it's like, oh, he's been here, here, and here. Well, I'm going to go to Milwaukee to watch this guy because he cut a great promo against so and so at Backyard Pro Wrestling or whatever the name of the fight is.
I think there's a fair amount of responsibility in indie wrestling, because we're the ones that, you know, get to have that face-to-face interaction. We're the ones that are forming relationships with fans, and the guys on TV, whether WWE is up or down or AEW is up or down, the local guys gotta continue to do their thing, and we are so insanely fortunate in this part of the country, like the Midwest, Wisconsin especially, because we're, you know, hometown biased. But even Illinois and Iowa and Minnesota, there are so many great wrestlers out there that people don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And so when you see full houses at these local events, and it doesn't matter which fight it is, you see a poster, get down there and watch, because you're going to see something great, and you're going to see guys chasing dreams and entertaining and doing their thing. So yeah, we get to travel around, and we're very proud to say that we're Wisconsin indie wrestlers, because, you know, there's just so much great talent. So
I think the fan interaction aspect of indie shows too, I think, is what separates indies from like WWE. Because when you're on TV, you don't really get a chance to really like engage with the guys in the ring. But like when you're at a local show, like it's just that like you're more up close and you like feel like you're a part of the show.
right, personal interaction.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Outstanding. Any questions?
So you guys being a tag team, what's that tag team match that was like your favorite tag team match of all time?
With us?
No,
Ever?
ever. Professional
Oh,
wrestling,
Lord.
WWE, AW, whatever.
Oh man.
That one you were like, man, that always sticks in your head. Always want to talk about. Always go back to watch multiple times.
One of my favorite ones for sure, Gargano, Ciampa, and then Revival. NXT TakeOver was at Toronto.
And the 2 out of 3 falls.
Yes.
Love
Toronto.
that
Yes.
match. The
That's so
storytelling of
Oh,
that match
Yeah.
was just absolutely just insane. I mean, every Johnny Gargano match in NXT was insanely good,
Yes.
but that match too was just like I don't think I've seen a better match since.
Have you
then.
seen Revival and American Alpha from TakeOver Dallas?
yes.
That one was really good.
Another good one. Yeah.
Yes, love it.
Revival in a lot of those matches.
It's a cop-out to say Revival versus anybody, but I mean, they're one of the best tag teams in the world for a reason. Definitely our dream opponents when it comes to tag teams.
Yeah.
Big one. Yeah, big
That's
time.
that's like bucket list
Yeah.
if we ever get there one day. But
Like that's stealing my what question I want. What's your ultimate goal?
well,
what's
that's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the big dream, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But, as far as locals, what's a local tag team dream? The old Bruce City,
All of them.
Matt Winchester, Nick Colucci.
Bruce.
I mean, one of the greatest tag teams in Wisconsin history.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
I mean,
Yeah, any of the big indie
I mean, because
tag teams.
we've gotten Ghetto Gear Solid a couple times.
Ghetto
Ghetto
Gear
Gear's
Solid is
great.
great. Yep. I've had Joey Avalon in the ring
We've
a few
had
times.
we've had
and,
a few versions of Players Club.
Yeah.
We technically wrestled with and against Nick Colucci a couple of times.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'll
Nick
be.
Colucci was a big
Whiskey Bent and
Whiskey
Hellbound.
Bent,
We're
yeah.
wrestling today.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of young tag teams coming up out of the valley, Oshkosh area that not a lot of people know them yet, but you're going to know them soon. And there's some great young teams, some great young wrestlers that are coming up that these guys have trained with and worked with. And it's, like I said, it's an exciting time to be part of wrestling right now because there's just a lot of good stuff that's happening.
Can't stand Best Friends Club though. Those guys are.
Well, you can't, no matter what. You guys can't see off camera, but that was for a shot. Yeah. But no, it's
Like
it's
the curve a
very
little bit.
very cool time to be part of this all.
See a fourth wall.
Yeah.
Not the promotion. Never mind.
Yeah, that fourth wall.
Yeah.
The fourth wall
In
over
the
there.
room. Yeah.
Tag team finish. What's your all-time favorite tag team finisher?
Finisher.
3D.
Hard
3D?
Hard Foundation.
Yeah, or
Heart
heart
attack.
Yeah.
Doomsday Device. I feel
yeah.
like. Just because you Animal's picking the guy up. What the hell's Hawk doing? And then he's gone.
Yeah. There's
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah. See, for me, I look back at the '80s because there was so many good tag teams.
Yeah.
A lot of simple ones, but they were effective.
And then you kind of saw tag team wrestling kind of fade a little bit in the '90s.
Well, I think that's
You
like
had
a
such
lost
strong
thing nowadays
opportunities.
is tag team finishers,
Like-
for sure.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore. You don't see like actual real tag teams anymore.
Yeah.
You see like two random people put together. There's no finisher that they have. You don't see the
right.
chemistry that real tag teams have.
And I think that's why these guys have gotten so popular so fast and have
Yeah.
everybody loves the story that they're true life and
Finish the story.
worked hard.
Finish this.
See if we can finish the story.
No copyrights, please. Okay.
This podcast is not sponsored by it.
But it's people see that, and I think you do see a lot of feds just throwing guys together. But find to young wrestlers, find a guy that you like working with and build something and create it, and you're gonna see it fly. So
See, I'm older. I try to tell this young tag team, like, I'm probably older than you, but the tag team wrestling thing, long time ago, where you see the tandem offense.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't really see. Now with DIY again, FTR,
Oh, Usos. You
the
see the
Uso,
Usos.
The
but-
Briscoes.
yeah, the
Briscoes.
Briscoe. But overall, like, I hate when you have a single like finisher, not
Yeah.
like a double team. What's the
Yep.
point then?
yep,
Oh yeah.
you see a lot of single guys wrestling together,
Yeah.
and that's not the same as tag team wrestling.
No.
When you've got a group that works hard together and you can see that, and they just feed off each other and just do, and the crowd is hanging on everything they do, and it's very cool to see and be part of. Because like I said, these two have been very lucky. They've been very fortunate. At the same time, they've been busting their butts. So everything you see them doing, they deserve it. So and maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm a little biased, but
Dads are never biased. They're the most honest people.
Right.
Dads will tell you you're not good. Or at least I see that in movies. Come on, like
we've,
Stand By Me.
well, we had when we were watching the Von Erich story.
Oh yeah.
and they're talking
Iron
about-
Claw was rough.
They're talking about
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
they're talking about Fritz, and they looked at me, and I'm like, I'm not that bad, am I? They're like, you're towing the line, old man. I'm like, all right.
He names the one that's not even. You don't even have a brother. He names that. That's number one.
You're gonna be a world champion. I'm okay. All right, you're gonna be a world champion.
Where's your sister?
There's a sixth Baker boy that's not even featured. It's crazy.
Right. Right now he walks around with a surfboard, but we'll get into that. Yeah.
People watching this have no idea what's
No.
going
That's
on.
okay. I like this. This.
But in a couple months when he's back and doing this, then they'll be like, oh, now we know what he's talking about.
Well, we're in the background.
Throwing stuff at him.
Hey, that would be cool.
So, a lot of brothers running each other in the past. Brett and Owen, Matt and Jeff,
Jimmy and Jay coming.
Jimmy and Jay coming
Yeah,
up.
Mania.
Is that something you guys have done before, or something you guys looking forward to doing again?
We've done it before.
Yeah, I told you.
The following contest is a first round breakthrough tournament match scheduled for one fall, and it is an over the top rope challenge. Introducing first from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, weighing in at 340 pounds, Big Ray Baker.
Let's go, baby! Come on, make some noise!
And his opponent from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, weighing in at 587 pounds, he is Papa Baker's favorite son, Kodiak Baker.
Could be right. You saw it at Wrestle Bonanza. Or, I'm sorry, Mayhem on Market Street. How's he gonna?
What? It's over the top rope.
What a moron!
Since a month ago, it's been advertised for a long time, dude. Nobody told me about this.
Oh, he.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not gonna get crushed by you. Are you serious? I'm serious. Are you serious? No. Come here.
Oh, both the boys tried for an elbow drop, and neither hit the.
Why'd you move? Why'd you move? I don't know what you move.
We saw them both in the Advent Rumble. I'd say I want these two to knock the sense out of each other, but I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if there's any sense to be knocked out.
Both men going for El Whip. Of course, neither men eliminated. They went underneath the ropes.
Kodiak, the bald one. Big Rig has hair.
Wait a minute, what are we doing here?
They're buying a couple of beers.
Oh, man.
When in Wisconsin,
I mean,
right?
I'm all for that. I had a few last night. It was a fun night.
I bet you did.
Shout out to my crew down at Lopez Pizza, Davenport, Iowa, covering the area.
Yeah, these guys have a 12-ounce beer. It's like a shot for the. Can you?
Oh, wait. We're gonna go outside?
Are we a Ysena High
Nope,
School?
we're just gonna.
Mateo says, not my merch.
Taking over by the merch people. Watch those action figures. Don't wreck the action figures. I will be very upset. Big Rig hawking his own merch there.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah. How did an over-the-top rope match end if they're not in the ring?
Well, eventually they're gonna have to
Oh,
battle.
God!
Oh, through the door.
I took the door off the damn hinges.
Now we got.
What would Grandma Baker say? Dad said.
Hey, brothers fight sometimes. I have an older brother. We used to fight. We used to.
I met your brother. It sounds like it was less of a fight and more of a beating.
I mean, he was old, considerably older than me, so.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, Big Rig off the chair. Big Rig showing some athleticism.
These guys are going to get fined for the cost of a chair, which is about $14.99 these days.
Big Papa Baker following him back in here.
What a distraught dad. He hates seeing his kids fight. Only one man can continue in the breakthrough tournament, though. This is the first round.
I don't like potassium. Listen, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the Baker way. The Baker way. Remember when you guys were little? Well, you were never little, but when you were younger, how did we solve fights when you guys were little? How did we do it? The Baker way. The Baker family way. Get in here. Get in here.
Oh, Rochambeau!
Uh-oh.
I think Kodiak Baker won the Rochambeau tournament.
Kodiak won. What's Rochambeau?
It's another term for paper, rock, scissors, Alex.
Oh.
Do you? All right, that's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A thumb war! Wait a minute!
Wait a minute. I didn't think we were going to see this until later tonight.
Yeah, the thumb war! Jared Thumb is pissed. They're stealing
Throw
his-
him over the top rope. Dance contest.
Oh, that hurt, Jesus, man. Okay. I have a master plan. Oh my God. Are you ready? I don't know.
You poked him in the eye.
You poked him in the eye!
Throw Dad out of the ring. Throw Dad over the top rope. Come on, let these
Now,
two.
you want to see this family get... Oh, no! Oh, no!
Happy Father's Day, moron!
Father's Day's in June.
Wisconsinites don't know how to read a calendar. Every day on a
Oh,
Wisconsin
no.
calendar says Beer Day. Said Mom doesn't love you.
Papa Baker's down. This family is disintegrating before our eyes, Alex. This is terrible.
Jeez.
Oh! Kodiak shot in the chest.
Papa's asking himself, what did I do wrong? Maybe it's when you named your kids Kodiak and Big Rig. Although I suppose his name is Big Papa, so naming doesn't exactly in their blood.
Oh, go for the big shot, but Kodiak blocked it. Big right hand.
Look at the size of Kodiak. Oh my goodness. He's gonna... He's giving him a noogie. Oh.
Cross faces.
Yeah, some moron in the crowd stole my idea. Be original, kid. They're clapping for Big Rig.
Or are they clapping for Kodiak? We don't know.
I think they're clapping for Big Rig. Maybe they're clapping for Kodiak. I don't know.
Big Rig was the one that squashed their dad in between them.
Dad got in the way. Doesn't matter who your favorite is. Were you your parents' favorite?
I mean, I like to think so.
I know I was.
I think your brother like really rich.
No. What?
He said go for a destroyer.
Oh my goodness.
Off the ropes. Oh! Big double clothesline.
Mack trucks crashing on I-94. People in Wisconsin have no rhythm.
I feel bad for Big Daddy Baker here. Seeing his boys just fight like this.
This is probably every Thanksgiving, every 4th of July. This is the only way they know how to communicate. They fight, they drink beer.
Seriously, guys, enough's enough. Shake hands, brotherly love bond thing. Nothing.
Brotherly love bond. Oh!
Oh, Kodiak says Big Daddy Baker trying to get them back together. Kodiak says absolutely not.
Kodiak clearly inherited the brain cell.
Big Rig firing up here.
And you know who's enjoying this match the most?
Oh no!
He got him! Kodiak won! Oh, I feel bad for whoever draws him in the second round to the breakthrough tournament. Oh, of course. Watch Dad take sides now. Dad's gonna take sides now that he won. Yeah, see, I told you. I would too. It's smart. To raise my hand. Oh, as long as the other one's not looking, I'll do it. Father of the Year, he is not.
This is Big Daddy Baker trying to keep the family together.
Well, he failed. He's whistled at him.
Listen, you two were forced into this, alright? You're still the biggest, You know better. Fix it.
Dad laying down the law here,
Oh,
telling the
please
brothers
don't
to
hug
fix
it out.
it.
Oh, what is he doing? What high school can you buy beer at? Is that Miller High Life? Good grief.
That's good beer.
Are you? They're not gonna hug it out. They're gonna chug it out.
Darn
Only
right
in
they are.
Wisconsin. Good
That's
grief.
exactly how it should be done.
Chug it out. They chugged it
After
out.
all that, it looks like the Baker family is back together.
Now hit him with the can, Big Rig.
Come on, no. Now that's been said, hopefully the Baker family puts this behind them. Getting back, we'd love to see them back in tag team action.
I wouldn't. Neither would Ruthless Rage.
I think Ruthless Rage definitely would have loved to have seen this family fall apart.
Yeah, I would too. Anybody in the tag team division. Well, they chugged it out. Good for them, I guess.
The first time we did it, we
Completely biased. We had match of the night we
Yeah.
did our first one.
That's something you guys definitely look forward to when it happens.
because
and-
it's
yeah.
just-
Well, the
It's-
thing was, we didn't know we were doing it until probably a month or two before the
a
show.
couple weeks before the show.
And
And
they're-
I was against it. I'm like, this is a horrible idea. Absolutely not.
But they told us, yep, you guys are going to be in an over the top rope match, and we're just like, we're gonna steal the show. We were doing the stupidest stuff. I jumped off a chair. I hit him with a beer can. we did thumb war.
And then the week,
scissors.
Rock,
and then the week
paper,
before, the booker who runs the Fed goes, and you're going to be referee. He pointed to me. So we got into a little bit of who's your favorite chants going through the crowd, and
like we completely
That's
off
awesome.
the fly. Too.
it was honestly,
awesome.
like I said, we walked into it going, this is a horrible idea. I don't like it. We walked out of that going, that was one of the greatest things
The
ever. It was
second
so much
that
fun.
the announcers said brother versus brother, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
what's this about? And we just played into it. And then
Yeah.
they started a who's your favorite chant.
Yep.
And then if you watch back the match, who's your favorite? And you yell to the crowd, their sister. And we both look at you like,
Yeah.
all right.
Like it really
At one point in that match, you said, "This is why Mom doesn't love you," and I'm like, "What?"
I'm putting boots to him, and I forgot what I did. I hit him in the back. He rolls away, and I go, "Mom, this is why Mom doesn't love you." And he turns to me, and
literally
goes,
turns and
"Jeez,
looks.
dude, chill out." Like you're
that one
fine.
hurt. That one hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
I don't know if you see the format. I'm going to use that as a match. I'm going to put it in place that one because I watch. I like that. That was great.
It was pretty cool.
It's fun around.
It was so fun.
That's a young new Fed that's up and going, and yeah, they do. Like we walk in there shaking our heads like this isn't going to work, and it ends up working, and it's pretty cool. So yeah.
So, I alluded it earlier, the goal, and you guys kind of answer like, but the ultimate goal. Like I hear some people say they want to be known throughout the world, Hall of Fame. So yeah, the ultimate goal. You know, I know you alluded a little bit, but what could be individual? I know Dad has one thing like I want to see my sons healthy and happy and right.
I'll go first, and then I'll let those two answer.
Yeah.
My goal for them is just enjoy the ride. You know, be as big and as great as you can. Never forget where you came from, but why not aim for the stars? Aim for it. Why do anything less? Why do all this and not try? So do everything you can, and if opportunities and when opportunities do, because if you a year ago to now, like this last year for these two guys, is nuts.
The last 2
And
years.
what's exploded into something that I never even thought we could, to be where we're at. So to say no, you can't go all the way. Of course you can, and aim for it, and let's do it. Exactly. But I want to see these guys just be great every night, and where that goes is awesome. And whether that's Lomira or Milwaukee or Minneapolis or
Kenosha,
on
Wisconsin.
TV, whatever it is.
Hey,
that's
wait.
awesome. Yeah. Who would have thought we would have gotten to Kenosha? We're in the big time now.
Yeah.
And now they've gotten to Kenosha. Yeah.
Major Kenosha.
Hey, if this was the 50s, it would have been big
happy
time.
Back in the territory. days.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
No,
think?
I think the fact that we're here, that we're at this point in our careers is just mind-boggling to me. And I know I said 5 minutes ago, I want to wrestle FTR someday. Well, obviously, yeah, I wrestle anyone and everyone. It just, I want to keep doing this until I can't. And if we get to the big time, we get to the big stage.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. But I just want to be able to keep doing it until either I can't, or it's like, well, I'm 45 and I'm like, it's probably time to hang up the boots, or until I'm so banged up I can't do it anymore. That's just always been my goal.
Enjoying every step along the way. Because every time you come through the curtain, it's just
Somebody
it's crazy.
said a long time ago, once it stops being fun, that's probably time to hang it up. And it hasn't stopped being fun since the beginning, so I've got no intention to stop. Or
I think it's just getting more and more fun every time.
I think so
we
too.
do it.
Dude, I still get excited when they released the poster for the show and we're on it.
yeah.
It's like, what?
It's little stuff. It's the last 10 seconds when the music hits and you're about to go through the curtain.
Yeah.
That is a thing that you can't explain it because it's a bigger rush. It's a bigger thing than you can understand, and it's just it's awesome.
The adrenaline spikes when the music kicks in, and then it doesn't fade off until 20 minutes after the match.
Until the next day.
Yeah. The next morning you wake up and you're in pain because of the match.
Exactly.
You're like, there it is.
You wake up naked in Mexico and you're like, I don't know how we got here.
Again.
That happens to everyone.
I want to edit that part. Sorry.
No, we'll keep that one. All the rest is just we found ourselves in Mexico.
Do you hear what Papa Baker said? Oh my gosh.
Okay, this I want this part. This is going to be seen the 24th. So if you have anything this is your time to promote yourself. Do whatever you want to say. If you want to beat up this guy here, you can do whatever. This is your moment.
Oh, right there, Will.
Yeah, there's the chair.
No, it's okay, guys.
I'll go first again because you guys can finish.
Yeah.
Just get out and support local wrestling. There's so much great stuff happening, and whether you're down in the Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee area, or Madison, or you're up in the valley in Oshkosh and Appleton, if you see a poster and you see an event, just go. Just have fun. Yeah. Support the local guys. Buy T-shirts, buy merch, and just enjoy wrestling because it's a very cool, great thing that's going on. And you're going to meet so many great people. You're going to meet great people in the ring. You're going to meet great people sitting next to you. And it's an environment and it's a group of people that, man, like I said, a couple years ago I'd have been like, you're out of your mind. But you just meet good people and supporting local wrestling. You're supporting guys' dreams, and they're out there trying to entertain you and do their thing. And some are good and some aren't, but either way, So yeah, for me, it's just support local wrestling. Get out there and be part of it because there's a lot of great stuff going on. Whatever part of the state, the Midwest, country, wherever you are, just get out and watch some good wrestling.
Do you have any company, like I said, after the 24th? Do you have any events you want to promote?
April 11th, ACW Oshkosh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest events in the state. A lot of great WWE guys coming in. Dolph Ziggler
is May.
and
Awesome.
Jake the Snake Roberts and Tyler Breeze, Jay Lethal, Victoria.
What a
Swoggle will be
show.
there.
Swoggle, obviously. Warren
He's a
Swoggle
Wisconsin
there.
owned.
What a show.
Yeah, Wisconsin owned. And I think it's still the biggest show. Either way, you got to get up there because it's great. And then you see a lot of great Wisconsin wrestlers as well.
Yep.
A lot of new kids in, and a lot of guys have been around doing it for a long time. I'm trying to think of dates in the calendar where.
What is con? It's May
11th.
May 11th.
May 11th. April 12th is the next ACW show before con.
Hybrid Wrestling is a new one up in the Green Bay area.
We'll be there
They're bringing
March.
in you see a lot of OVW guys, along with a whole bunch of Wisconsin talent. Brew City Wrestling, Frankie DeFalco, man, he puts on a great show every time. That's the thing. What to say? Who's your favorite Fed or what are your best dates? There's so many. Like, just start Googling Wisconsin indie wrestling and get out there and obviously support and love the Baker Boys because whether we're good guys or bad guys, it's going to be fun.
Heels
it's going
up
to be a good
better.
show. It's
Frozen
more fun.
Tundra Wrestling will March 30th. We're
Frozen Tundra, yep.
defending the Frozen Feud tag titles.
They're over in the Columbus, Waterloo, Beaver Dam type area. Green Bay, Oshkosh, Appleton is now wrestling.
Now wrestling, you'll
they've
catch
got
us there
all
once in a
kinds
while.
of.
Yep.
That's when if you've never seen a Now show, you've got to catch one because it's a whole different type of thing, and you definitely want to see that. But yeah, it's a lot of great stuff going on for sure.
Each of these different promotions, you'll get a variety of wrestling. Like now they have a smaller ring. That's a novelty of itself because it's like, well, I've never seen a show with a smaller ring. FTW, I think is a sleeper promotion. Like not a lot of people know about it, but once you go there, like, wow, this is some of the best wrestling. ACW is the powerhouse
in the Milwaukee
of the
area.
Valley.
In the Milwaukee area, like there's so many.
ICW,
Fourth Wall,
Bruce City,
ICW,
Fourth
Bruce
Wall.
City.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of great stuff going on. And down here, SSW and they just had Enzo.
Yeah, SSW.
Is it SSW?
Yeah, it's SSW.
I mean, you literally there's so much great and good people and good guys, and there's just a lot to see. So if you're a wrestling fan, man, it's a great time to be alive because there's a lot going on. So
I think wrestling's definitely in a second boom period as of right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so.
Oh, yeah.
Between the indies and major promotions, I don't think it's
everybody
been-
talks about the Attitude Era, and that was a great period, no doubt about
We're in
it.
the biggest
But
boom since then.
I think this run right here might top that.
Wrestling can't miss nowadays.
No,
Can't miss.
good or bad.
TNA
It's still,
can't
it's still
miss.
being talked about,
Yeah.
and there's plenty of both. There's plenty of good, and
Yeah.
there's several that you're like, what are they doing? But
We just
It's
did a
just-
show. We said
We say that a lot on our show. We say that a lot.
if you ever watch Every Ring That's Everything Wrestling, we're unbiased. If we
Yeah.
see something good, well,
Oh yeah.
when we see something bad, especially me, I'll go out and say.
yep.
And it's sad, and to be judgmental, and I think this is in any sport. I know you guys are trying to put the best product out there, but sometimes the head up changes things. Like, again, I don't want to compare. Like a lot of times when you hear Vince McMahon at 2 a.m. said, "No, we have to change this."
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That hurts the product more than it helps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you have Tony Yoki, see something comes in, stopping the match. This is because this is Facebook. This is shit. This is shit. This is shit. So that's a thing. So
There's bad bookers out there. There's bad feds out there. There's bad stories being told, or sometimes there's no stories being told.
yeah,
So it's
that's a question. What do you think is more important, story or just straight out wrestling? Because that's a big thing now.
I think you have to tell a good story for people to get invested for sure.
Especially if it's like your main event title, you need to have some kind of story with it. You can't just be like, oh, it's
not
name of the week versus the heavyweight champion. You need to have some kind
not
of
not every
background
match in a
into
show
it.
has to be story. You
No.
can have some lead up matches, but
Like
each
get
fed
the
has
crowd
to have history. You gotta have some history, and you've got to have something going on that fans can buy into, and like, hey, where are we at with this, and that you want them to come back to the next show, and it can't just be random across the board. But yeah, the story, I don't know. I'm old school. I still believe the story is insanely important.
I think so too, because it could develop into so many things. For instance, when we were I always talk about the bloodline with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I think that was his optimal.
Yeah.
I know they have Rock now.
I think that's one of the greatest
It was
ones.
incredible.
Yeah, and when that started, I hated it.
Yeah.
Ask these
did.
guys,
It
I'm
was
like, this is the
incredible.
dumbest thing ever. Why would you do this?
Sammy in the bloodline and then
2 years later, I'm like, that was genius. That was so good.
Well, look at the bloodline, the whole storyline as a whole. It was like 3-4 years in the making.
Yeah.
Since
And it's like, end this already. And then a
Yeah.
year later, you're like,
Summer of
all
20.
right,
I don't
that's
want
pretty
this
good.
end.
Exactly.
I don't want
That's
this end.
Like, where we're at now.
Yeah.
Do we want Cody to finish the story?
Yes.
Do we
Hell
want,
yeah.
Do we want Roman to continue? See, that's another.
I want
that's a
Cody to
valid
finish that
argument.
story.
How is WrestleMania going to shake out? Is all the things we think are going to happen, or is there? Vince isn't there anymore, so
Nope.
now it's.
And Triple H is a fantastic booker.
I think Triple H. I hope he's getting the credit he deserves.
He's a
because
fantastic
I think
booker.
he's already done great, and he's going to do
He's
great.
completely flipped the script.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's more wrestling friendly
Well,
because he was a wrestler.
for instance, like
Oh, that's true.
Shayna Baszler's going to GCW.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
times? When does that happen during the Vince era?
Yeah.
The big wrestlers going to different promotions,
Yep.
and someone as big as Shayna Baszler going to GCW
Yeah.
for Bloodsport. That's huge.
By the way, we're a big Shayna Baszler fan. They missed
Yeah.
out. She should have had.
So is he.
title.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The-
She-
Love Shayna Baszler.
yeah.
The naughty thoughts he has. We won't talk about
You'll lose that one though. But
it. It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
There you
But it's like I said, it's a great time to be a
Extra
wrestling fan.
booking I had is way up there.
Baker Boys band.
Way to go,
Do not let into the arena. It's just a picture of me. Like,
Yeah. No, it's
buried us before we even had a shot.
it's
Dear
it's
Shane.
very exciting time to be part of wrestling. Does great things.
I think that's what AW lacks is the story.
That's
They want
the
to do
downfall.
they want to do a lot of just wrestling, and you need a story behind that. They pick and choose their stories, but I think
That only lasts for a few weeks.
a
and
lot
then-
of rival and some last for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing but respect for AEW, but they got to figure it out.
They need more story
A
driven.
few years ago, they hit there was like we went to a live event. It was probably the best live event I've ever been to.
Yep.
It was so entertaining. It was for the fans.
Yep.
Great wrestling. They had they had their niche.
Yep.
WWE comes up, Triple H takes over, Tony Khan's to focus on WWE,
Yep.
their storyline, and they get away from what they're doing.
Yep.
That's just kind of downfall of AEW right now. There's only so many wrestlers right now at AEW that are actually putting the company on their back right now and doing
Yep.
what they can.
Yep.
So
And hopefully he lets them do that. So.
yeah.
Well, it's going to happen, but as you've seen, the
Yep.
doors roll up. So, any final thoughts? Any final words?
We appreciate you guys.
No, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
all of this
For you guys.
and helping this industry and this Fed, and we appreciate being here. We're just it's awesome to be part of it all.
Thank you very much. And that's another Just Turn Heel.